Hello YouTube, hello family. I know I've been gone for quite some time and I apologize for that. But I just want to update you guys on what's been happening. First of all, I've been working very hard as an LVN at a clinic, and it's a lot of movement. It's very fast, rapid movement on your feet and doing patients, lots of blood pressures and stuff like that. And it's a hard job, but I do want to elevate myself and get back in school and upgrade. My goal is to be a physician assistant one day, and because that's where my heart is. And also, what my study is. This is what I do. This is what I like to do. Let me tell you guys something. Last week I had to go to the ER. Okay, I had started back working out, and I started back working out with my husband at the gym, and everything was okay. So I didn't know my ankle had swollen. I got to show you my ankle. It swole up, but I was thinking maybe I injured myself or something and it would pass, but it never did. So let me show you my ankle. So these are my ankles, and this is the one that's swollen. Oh my goodness. And you can barely tell, but if you can look, it's still swollen, and you can press it. It's got like edema there. But this ankle, it doesn't have the bone out. Like this one, you can clearly see the bone. You can clearly see the bone, because I'm pretty skinny. So it's real hard for people to just tell, like if I got a swollen ankle, I guess. But anyways, I had a blood clot in my ankle. Or my foot, my leg, whatever it was. I had a blood clot in there. And it happened for like 3 days. The first day, it's just like a little nagging type of pain. The second day, it did kind of get worse. And the third day, it was just unbearable. So, I did go to the doctor Wednesday. I had an appointment Wednesday to get a refill on some medications that I take. And when I went there, I noticed my blood pressure was a little elevated. It was like 124/71, which is high for me because I'm usually like 105/104, no more than like 105/106/60, 58 sometimes. So this time I knew my blood pressure was a little elevated, but my doctor wasn't in, so he had like another doctor that took his place, a fill-in position or whatever. And she don't notice because she doesn't really know me, but I did notice it was a little elevated, and that's because I was in pain. But you know how something is wrong with your body and you just kind of feel like, oh, it'll be okay, it'll pass over, I just probably hurt my ankle. But the third day, it was unbearable. Like I could barely get out the bed, and I could barely get out the bed and walk to take a shower and stand in the shower. It was awful. So I put a lot of weight on my right leg. So this is my left leg that this happened to, and you can still see it's still swollen if you look, so especially on the inside of my leg here, this is swollen. And at night, it bothers me so bad. And I think this happened because I was taking some vitamins and some iron, because I had to do this blood work for my doctor. And he told me to take a lot of iron and stuff before I do the blood work, go get my blood drawn, because, my blood is always low because I'm anemic and all that, and I've had complications with blood clots in the past. But every time I take these iron pills, they make me, they make my blood too thick or something. I can feel it because my legs are hurt at night. as a result of taking these pills. Even though I'm taking natural pills and stuff like that, but it has an effect on me, and especially having sickle cell and blood disorder. I don't know, it does something to my blood. So I would like to research it more and see how that works out. But anyway, I went to the doctor and they did an ultrasound and they saw the blood clot, and they gave me some medication. So now I'm taking this Xarelto. It's 15 milligrams every 12 hours. So I take one in the morning when I get up, and then I take one at night before I go to bed. And I'm going to be on that for 21 days. And then I have to take a Xarelto 20 milligram, one tablet by mouth every day. So it's an issue. You know, I was so scared because I have been on Coumadin for 6 months at a time, and then the last time I was on it was a year because of the blood clot situation. But I had them in my lungs. I never had them in my legs. So this is the first time that this has happened to me, where it's in my ankle or leg. And so the doctor, he did tell me that I only had to be on a therapy for 21 days, which I'm so happy about, because I did not want to be on a medicine for a year or the rest of my life, and I refuse to really take that medicine for the rest of my life. It does something to your blood, and you can feel this. You can, for me, I can feel it, the way it acts in my body, and I can feel it in my body and my blood. But so I had a PE, which is a pulmonary embolism, which was in my lungs, and that was horrible because you can't breathe. You know, I didn't know what it was. I thought I was having like heart palpitations or something, because I never experienced something like this before. But come to find out, I had a blood clot in my lung, and what happened was I went to the doctor because I wanted him to see it, you know, feel it, but you can't predict when they come or whatever, or when the episode happens. So I went there and I said I had a palpitation. So he listened and everything was fine. So nothing happened. But when I left, and by the time I got to the light, it felt like a 300-pound man had just jumped on my chest. And I mean, it paralyzed me. It put me like I was in a panic, because I realized something was wrong, you know, and I couldn't breathe. And I remember I was trying to catch my breath, like I was going, you know, like you know how you're swimming and you feel like you might be drowning. That's how I was feeling. And I said, oh my God, this isn't right. I was in Oakland at the time. So I went to Highland Hospital, and I drove up and I went to the emergency department, and I knew something was wrong. And it started happening as soon as I got up there to the emergency department. And so they hooked me up to a EKG machine, and it showed it. Because what happens when the blood clot, when you breathing like that, your heart start like jumping and fibrillating, because it's trying to grab the blood and it can't. It's like something stopping it. So it was horrible. So my EKG was just jumping all over the place. So they immediately took me down there. I couldn't breathe. They had the oxygen and all that up to me. And they did an x-ray. My blood clots did not show up on the x-ray because for some reason it just didn't really show up. So they couldn't really tell. So they ended up doing a blood test, which is a diameter test. And it was very elevated. It's supposed to be like at 500 or something. Mine was like over 1,000, 1,500, 1,700. So they knew I had a blood clot. And back then I had to stay in the hospital for like 3 days, and they had to thin my blood out with this crazy stuff. And you know, you just feel like you're wasting away, and you're at the mercy. You're at the mercy of the nurse or whoever is supposed to be over this. And people die. People die from this. I have a good friend who just passed a year ago. She had blood clots and was in the hospital, and they had her on that blood thinner, and she ended up dying because they didn't get her in time to turn the blood thinner medication off. It's terrible. And that was, you know, at this another major hospitals. So after that happened and they got my blood down, thank God, and I was on them Coumadin, I had to do these injections. These are some needles. I still have some left, and this is called Lovenox injections, where I had to put them in my stomach. So what you do is you pinch the fattest part of your stomach and you inject these, you know, once a day or twice a day or whatever in your stomach to help the process of thinning your blood to dissolve the clot. I was so scared. All this happened before I got in the nursing program, right when I got in the nursing program. And I had never injected myself or used a needle on myself before, so I didn't really, you know, I was scared. So I had this friend, she would do it for me, you know, and then this medicine, it burns. Lovenox burns because it's like a sodium. It's a sodium injection, almost like a salt. And that's why you put it in the fattest part of your stomach so you don't feel it. You know, it's kind of, you can get it to where you don't feel it, but it's hard not to feel it because it is salt. And so I was afraid this last week on the 16th when I went in to the hospital, and they were like, you know, I had this blood clot, because I was like, oh my God, I don't want to go through these injections again. I don't want to be taking this Coumadin again. I don't want to get be in the hospital again and all that. So I was so relieved and so happy that I'm just on Xarelto right now. And you know, I just want to come out and tell you about this episode that happened with my health. And Xarelto is a good medication. I was afraid of it because, you know, you watch all these medication commercials on TV and all these side effects, but I looked it up. There isn't any that I could see of yet. And it's a short term, so I'm pretty happy with that. I know Coumadin had a lot of side effects. You can't be taking it if you're pregnant and stuff like that. Ooh, it's sunbeaming. I gotta go over here in the shade. And you know, so I just want to let you guys know that I am okay. I'm okay. How you like my shawl? Isn't this a beautiful shawl? I get so many compliments on it. And I just, you know, I haven't been in the mood or enough energy to do anything to my hair, so I just washed it and kind of heat brushed it out and just put it in some braids because, you know, I'm exhausted. That medication, when it thins your blood like that, you're tired, you know. And I was supposed to be studying so I could take a test so I can try to get myself back in this program. But I don't know how I'm feeling about that now. And I hope, I'm trying to encourage myself and motivate myself. And that's why I want to tell you, DVTs are not as bad as they used to be a few years back. So they have improved on the medication. And I'm pretty happy about that. But, excuse me. I will be making more videos because, you know, I just need to do something more with my channel and update everybody that's, you know, that follow me and things like that. And if you have any questions about this medication, leave a comment and I will respond, or about PEs or DVTs, because it's a serious matter, especially with ethnic women. Especially, and if you're on birth control, that's why I don't recommend taking that blood control, because those hormones, it does something to your blood. It thickens it and it creates another estrogen in your synthetic estrogen in your blood that creates these clots, and it's just not healthy, and you can die. You can die. Like, this can happen. This is serious. A lot of people die from blood clots. Women die a lot per year, and I'm going to have to look at that information and post that up. And also, even men, when they, the transgender, when they transstate into transgender, from male to female, they take these estrogens, and it can cause a lot of complications. These blood clots are not a joke. It's not a joke, and it's your own body, it's your own blood, so it's hard to detect it and tell because it's not a foreign matter in your body. It's your own blood, which is your own interstitial fluid. So the thing is, your blood is reacting to certain hormones and causing this and creating this issue. So I just wanted to update you guys and let you know that all is well. That all is well, and I'm doing good. And I did come out to give you guys an update and a video, and I put my little makeup on, and I didn't do my hair, and please forgive me because it's been a rough week. Oh, and let me tell you this, after I got out the hospital, I went to eat because I was so hungry at the In-N-Out Burger that we went to another store. I vomited. Oh my God, it was so awful. I was so sick. I was so sick. I vomited everything out at the store, at the grocery outlet. It was something else. I was sitting on the toilet and vomiting in the trash can at the same time. It was crazy. And I was scared to eat after that. Like for 3 days, my body, I was just in pain, like in some serious pain. It was awful. Like my blood, this blood issue, like it really like rejects certain things, and I can't handle things and all that stress and all that and bad food or whatever it might be, even heavy food. You know, I have to be really careful with what I eat. So I eat pretty healthy most of the time, and I'm pretty proud of that, my diet, because that's probably what's got me looking so good. Ha ha ha. And keep in mind, you know, like I'm not working out, but I'm not in bad shape. You know, I've never been a fat person, and I'm pretty skinny, but I do got some, you know, a little of that gut, but you know, that'll go away. I can get that off if I commit to it enough. And I just hope you guys are doing okay. And if you got a DVT or blood clot, you know, it's serious, and call me, let me know, leave a comment and let me help you out with that. I'm a nurse also, so I know a lot about it just because of my own experience, but I know a lot about the medications as well. So just leave your comments below, give me a thumbs up, and be informed. Continue to inform yourself. I'm thinking about doing like a few books on stuff like this, on DVTs and Ps for us, so that, you know, we can continue to educate ourselves. So anyway, the doctor did tell me that my leg would go down. He said it would take some time, and so far it's been a week and it's still swollen. Like I don't even know how to be disabled or handicapped. Like I had been in the stores, I had to get on the scooters because I could barely walk. This blood clot, it hurts. It hurts. It's very painful. So like I have to like get on scooters to ride around. These stores are huge and big, like big warehouses, and I can't be walking around. And I try to, you know, not look so handicapped or be handicapped, but your body can only accept so much. And like I got a big thing, like I won't park in handicapped spots. I park far away, and I don't even like I can't even limp, even though my foot hurt, and I was limping the first 2 or 3 days. But I still can't limp because I don't even know how to be disabled. And, you know, I don't think we should ever get comfortable being disabled. I think we should always be self-sufficient and self-reliant as much as possible. So anyway, family, give me a thumbs up, leave some comments, and give me some ideas on some more videos, especially health related. I'm pretty good at that because that's what I do. And have a good day, and let the sun shine.